Hello and welcome and welcome and hello and hello and welcome and welcome and hello and happy Monday and welcome and hello and welcome. On a Monday, I wanted to come at you and just go full douchebag with a knit cap inside, desperately trying to look cool. It isn't working, folks. It isn't working. Very frizzy hair today. A little bit cold in the drafty faux office complex. Hello, M. Russo. And I thought I would come at you with just a very short live stream to just express. I will use my hands and I will express ideas to you folks. Um, I wanted to see if I could articulate what weak sauce douchebags and turds these shorts and bears are, and also what type of turds they get in bed with, what type of analysts, what type of journalists, what type of people are we dealing with? What are these shorts doing? Why can't they push the stock down even near max pain? Max pain was below 750 last week. Stock closes above 8. Today, they're pushing down. They can't get to 8, even on no volume, guys. There is no volume in the stock. And the stock wants to run. I mean, the market is just going green. Fintechs are getting killed. But remember, Upstart and Affirm, the other day, they're up, 15, 12%, and SoFi's up 2% because it's being shorted. Because it's being shorted. Short end of the stick, short shrift, short leg, whatever you want to call it, it is a bunch of crap. Guys, look at the live short interest. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at the volume today, 16 million shares. That's the total volume. Okay? Net borrowed change is 4.14 million today. And, well, it looked like they were returning shares on Friday. Nope. They had returned 1.6 million during the day. Then after hours, they borrowed all those shares again. So 25% of the churn is net borrowing today. How desperate are these weak turds to hold down this stock because they're on the wrong side of history. They were wrong about the last ER. The next ER is going to be even better. The entire short thesis is ridiculous smoke and mirrors, and it's just evaporated before our eyes. SoFi continues to perform, continues to keep their promises. They've been very conservative. They always sandbag and then, deliver triple beats, and they're telling us this quarter. I mean, the quarter's almost over. It was 2/3 of the way over, more than 2/3 of the way over when we heard from Noto and LaPointe, and they said we're on track for net profit. And so I think the chances of them not making a net profit in Q4 are very, very low. And I think the shorts know even more institutions are going to rush in and they're just flailing. They're desperate to try to continue to kill these calls. But every week, the timeline gets shorter and shorter. And despite what these numbers tell you, they are deep, deep into this short with absolutely nothing to do, no plan, no way to do it. I mean, I'm trying to understand what these guys are doing, and let me explain to you why they're in such deep trouble. I mean, if you look at the filings here, guys, just going by last reported, um, these are all the filings from the 30th of November. Okay, there was a few insider sales back in November, but if you go from the 30th, there is one red line on this, which is Murray Asset Management. They're holding over 1 million shares and they sold 21,000 shares. So they sold like less than they sold 2% of their position. The rest of this is green, guys. BlackRock added 2.65 million shares. State Street added over 1 million shares. Geode added over 1 million shares, and I think they just bought more. Schwab added 700,000 shares. Dimension Fund, I don't know who that is, but you can look it up and see see who these clowns are. But so it's more LLCs inside of LLCs. That's just kind of how these things go. But they added 2.3 million shares in the last filing. And then ARK, of course, came in for 900,000, and they've since added, and Credit Suisse and Invesco, JP Morgan added. Van Eck. There's Anthony Noto adding another 66,000 shares on November 21st. But the point is, guys, look at what we're seeing. Nobody's selling this last filing, and all these institutions bought about 10 million shares. And that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but they're taking 1% of the float off the table. At the same time, the shorts are borrowing more and more shares. Guys, something has to give. Eventually, you have to pay the piper. Eventually, being wrong and being arrogant and being foolish and continuing to dig a deeper hole has to have consequences. It has to have consequences. You know, that's why I said, like, real sites that actual investors use, they don't even register the Chia Pet and the bologna sandwich. That glaring fivehead doesn't, his analysis, his ratings do not even appear here because they ignore garbage. They ignore dog shit. They know dog shit when they smell it, when it's on their shoe. You know, when you can't even smell it, but you just have that sense you have dog shit on your shoe. You don't even know exactly why. It just doesn't feel something quite right. You know, it's not mud. That's what it's like, probably, being in the presence of the fivehead and the Chia Pet. Um, Something just doesn't smell right. You just can't put your finger on it. It's just not good. But the news, again, there's the FUD that's coming out is not getting through. Retail's not dumping. And I want to make the point, guys, this stock on November 21st, okay, touched $6.41. I mean, I don't know what that move is exactly, but it's gone up like $1.60 in the last, I don't know, 2.5 weeks. So what is that move, guys, as a percentage? Somebody who's, more better at math can tell me, but it's a huge, huge move, like 25% or something in 2.5 weeks. And shorts were shorting down there. Shorts were shorting in here. And again, I submit they have no plan other than trying to continue to kill calls, which, they're not doing very effectively. Again, they were wrong. They got beat. Max Pain again is 750. It's actually probably a little bit lower than that. You see the open interest, like on these puts, is just absolutely off the charts at 6, at 5, and then calls coming in at 9, at 10, at 15. I mean, it's just totally stupid. But again, if you look at the maximum pain on a cash basis, they have it at 750, but it's probably a little bit closer to, 745 or something like that. And they're not able to push it down. They're trying. I mean, how many more shares can they short? They're shorting 25% of the goddamn churn. I mean, how much more aggressive do you want to take it? Coming into the first gap net profit the company is going to make, a completely pivotal, transformative moment for the company to the upside, to the positive side. I mean, Noto is really selling these RFPs, requests for proposals with Galileo and these big banks. And there could be a big announcement anytime. And that people are talking about, how do we get to the tech valuation? How do we get to the tech valuation? Um, the answer is Galileo lands these big accounts that are going to have staying power, that are going to have good margins as software over the long term. This is how SoFi gets that hybrid valuation between a rapidly growing financial institution and a rapidly growing technology company, software company, whatever you want to call it. The valuation now, guys, given the growth, given the eventual margins, given the potential of this company, and given the execution that they already have in the bank, is absurdly low. When you look at it versus a company like a Firm, versus a company like a Palantir, versus a company like a CrowdStrike, versus any of these companies, guys, SoFi is just not being valued as a growth stock, but it's growing rapidly and consistently. And the deposits are there to back things up, and it's making progress toward its margins. And Galileo's coming alive, and all they can do is just short the stock, beat it down, and notice they're pulling all the volume out of the stock, guys. All the volume has come out of the stock. Look at last week toward the end of the week. Lot of volume in the stock. Today, they're trying to push us back to the shallow bull pattern that the algo tries to trade, and they're kind of getting there, but because there's variance, because there's orders coming in, because institutions and probably a lot of retail investors are buying the stock at this level, they're having to short and borrow, I think, a lot more shares than they want to try to kill these call options. Otherwise, this just doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me. I'm trying to figure out what their way. I know there's a lot of headlines coming out tomorrow, and they might be expecting further Fed action to the upside on rates, or they won't cut as soon as many would like, who are obviously invested in the stock market. Lower rates would, of course, help the stock market. But I'm just not seeing the short thesis come to fruition. I guess they're waiting for all the loans to go bad. I'm because the shorts are getting down to such ridiculous minutia, talking about very very small gain of sale, loan sale transactions, or agreements to share some of the risk on those loan sales, and they're basically picking at things that really are going to make no difference. They're very marginal issues. They're not addressing any core weakness of SoFi, any weakness in their business model. They're not showing weakness in deposits. These defaults aren't even showing up in math. I know they're having issues with the credit card business, and that's been discussed at length by Tanner and others. Pardon me. Guys, I forgot to grab my tap water. You guys watch my exciting scroll wheel here, or this exciting faux price action that we're seeing, which again is not real, because if you look over here, you'll see what's happening with how they're controlling the price. I've been telling you guys this for I've been telling anybody who will listen, but you guys, for since I started this stupid channel earlier this year, was the way they control this thing is through borrowing and through volume. Look what just happened here, guys. The borrowed change went up to 7.5 million shares today. I don't even see how that's possible. Out of 16 million traded, my mind is about to short circuit, everybody. What are these guys doing? Borrowing 7.5 million? They borrowed on Friday, they're borrowing all week, and then they're saying that the days to cover are going down. So what are they doing, guys? They're borrowing shares, and then I don't understand the play here. I guess it's just to kill the calls at 8 at all costs. I mean, but to borrow 7 million shares already halfway through the Monday, I mean, are they going to be able to keep this up all week? They're just counting on the numbers being very bearish tomorrow? What's the play here, Joy Luna? Talk to me. Joy Luna knows what's up. She's moving high-end real estate. What are you turds doing? Nothing. Glad you made it to the live, Joy. I'm going to check in with your comments, guys. I got to get some disgusting tap water. My throat is dry. I'm just a bit verklempt. I'm a bit peckish. Discuss amongst yourselves. It's no big whoop. It's coffee talk. I'll be back in 2 and 2, as my late great friend Chuck Woolery used to say. Hello, turds. Welcome and hello, by the way. Hello and welcome. It's un poco mas. This is DannyDealz. I'm covering my five head with my douchebag knit cap, and I'm loving life. I'm going to grab some tap water. You turds hang tight, or you go do something else. I don't really give a flyer, but I'll be right back. All right, turds. So while I got some delicious semi-brown tap water to quench my thirst, it looks like most of you left. I'm glad. I can't stand most of you. But those of you that are left, I love you guys. I'm just glad we were able to shed some of that dead weight. Turds with no ideas, no vision. A lot of the shorts like to hang out on my broadcast and just poke fun at me. My knit cap, my spectacles, my ongoing weight loss issues. You don't want to get advice. It's much like you don't trust a thin cook. You also do not trust a thin stock analyst. It's just, if you're out working out all the time, just concentrating on your abs, trying to eat keto, something like that, you do not have time to keep your eye on these shark turds and try to keep them honest, even though I really have absolutely no effect on anything. I just want to change things un poco. Just bring you guys un poco mas information. That's all I'm trying to do here, guys. But no, I'm going to keep this one short, guys. I really didn't have anything to say in the first place. Of course, there's no real new ratings. The last real analyst was Citi to buy at 11. Of course, you have a giant bologna sandwich five head turd out here with reiterating his $4 price target, which is his right to do. No big deal. But if you look at the news, guys, the latest news: 700,000 shares purchased by Tudor Investments. If you look one day ago, I don't know who MML Services LLC lifted its holdings in SoFi Technologies by 22.3% in the second quarter, purchasing the fund owns 700,000 shares worth 6 million. So this is just, the filings come in, guys, but institutions, hedge funds continue to purchase the SoFi stock, and shorts continue to borrow massively. And, again, these things come to a head. Like, there's going to be a reckoning. I think it's going to happen before the ER. I think the shorts have to get out of this position to one degree or another. I mean, but remember, they're shorting with other people's money. Retail shorts are almost non-existent. The real shorts are institutions hedging positions. They're professional short sellers. They're these short long hedge funds that we all know and love so well. But as far as the chart goes, guys, let me give you just a brief look at the chart. We obviously broke through the 50-day moving average with this big candle on the 1st of December. And we're staying above this channel. And most importantly, guys, for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, we've made higher lows every single day. So the appetite to sell the stock below certain levels is getting less and less and less. And that is very bad for short sellers. The higher lows are way more important than higher highs. It's easy just to create these highs. It doesn't mean anything. But if you look at the last 7 days, we're in a very clear short-term uptrend. You look at the last 3 weeks, we're in a very clear sort of, mid short-term uptrend, and then we're breaking out of this channel. Everything looks bullish. The only thing that doesn't look bullish at all today is the volume. And I know this is where the collusion, the manipulation, whatever you want to call it comes in. It's not illegal, I don't think, but they just say, hey, we're going to kill the SoFi stock on a Monday where our trading desks aren't going to buy it. Maybe they'll buy the stock on a Thursday when they're flipping options from, bearish to bullish, and they're forcing retail out of their calls, and then they're buying up those calls for pennies, and then they're pumping the stock later, sucking retail back into the calls. There's all kinds of little reindeer games they play with these call options. As I've said, unless you really know how to time things and you're really paying attention and you really are willing to take profits and, not have any of that, FOMO that you could have made more later, you just have a specific goal with those calls. Say you want to make 20%, you take your 20%, you get out of the way, and then you let that, late week volatility run its course, and you already have your lunch money, your pizza money, your beer money in your pocket. You took your profits for that week. That's how you play options, guys. You take the profits and then you let them dump that crap on somebody else. Let's take a look at the comments here, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Already said hello to M. Russo. Already said hello to Joy Luna. SJ, what's going on? Numbo, what's going on? Why did I click this? Yep, you are a turd, Tweet Cat. Pete, What's going on? Pete's up in Costa Rica, man. All right, good for you. How you doing, Pete? Enjoy your vacation, brother. Adam, yeah, the price stability. Yeah, the price is it's just really consolidating nicely above 8, above the channel, above the 50-day moving average. Even at low volume, even with massive borrowing, they cannot push the stock down. At best, they can do is just get it to bleed sideways. They're accomplishing nothing. They're covering. There's other institutions accumulating. Retail is not dumping. I don't even think if they could push it down to, below $8 right now, $7.99, I don't think they'd stop very many people out. And I think more institutions, more retail would buy that dip and it would just be counterproductive. The shit they do is just not working anymore. It's just not working. And some of these guys flipped late. They shorted late. They shorted in the high sixes. And now they're looking for a way out of that position in the next 6 weeks. And there is no path. I think even if bad macro data comes, this stock, SoFi's not going to go back down into 6. I don't even think it's going to go back down below 7, guys. I do not understand the thesis how these short, ridiculous hack analysts that are just pasty douchebags, in my opinion, very, very dishonest, ulterior motive people, in my opinion. They're sent out there to fool stupid retail people who don't know any better. That's why they're sent out there. And then once they make their call, they also are able to get supplementary income by renting out their fivehead as a drive-in movie screen to show disaster preparedness videos to impressionable lily white high school kids across the Midwest. And I think it's a better side hustle than, say, Uber Eats or something like that. Because if you have that giant fivehead, you may as well take advantage. Especially if it's just pasty white, you get that beak. Maybe you're the Chia Pet and you can barely keep a straight face while you give an interview about why SoFi is worth, you know, basically next year's sales when they're going to be profitable all year and they're going to just keep growing those profits and the business model is going to start working. And you have to come out with a straight face and say, the company's worth way less than book value. It's worth next year's sales because they sold these loans with good gain of sale margins, but they might have to share some of the losses eventually on this tiny sale. So it's worth $3. I'm out. Mic drop. You're like, wait, what the fuck are you talking? Nope, gone. It's like those politicians, they try to interview them. It doesn't matter what party, like they just ask them some question they don't want. They just disappear. Like they're at the podium, they're like, yeah, Wall Street Journal. It's like, yes, I noticed some inconsistencies in your statement. And then there's just some press aide there that like vanished. I'm surprised they don't throw something down. There's just like a puff of smoke, and then they're just gone. Um, you know, it's absolute vapor. Guys, I've got to check this again to make sure my eyes, my spectacles are up to snuff. I have to make sure my spectacles are up to snuff. Otherwise, you guys want to do this. One time my brother did a Sean Connery impression for like 3 weeks and he wouldn't stop doing it. It almost drove me insane. Um you're playing both sides. He would just completely overdo it, and it was pretty good. I mean, he actually did a good impression, but after several weeks, it just became just clinging to sanity, like wanting that Connery impression to stop. But when he gets a good bit going, he just takes it to the absurd level, and I can respect that. And if I have to go insane in order for him to have a slightly humorous bit, I digress, guys. I love where it's headed, Pete. Alberti, what's up from St. Thomas? All right. How's things on St. Thomas? St. Croix, what's nice out there, guys? I gotta get Princess J out on a vacay, if you know what I mean. Um, Let me explain it to you. Yeah, let me explain something to you. Okay? All right. First, you get the money. Then you buy the SoFi stock. Then you wait. You get a leopard interior put in your Cadillac. You adopt a very weird, patchy Cuban accent. You put the spray tanner. The whole character makes no sense. You cut your hair with this. You get the scar. I don't know. You got young people on cocaine to watch the movie on a loop. The whole thing I don't know. Scarface didn't make a lot of sense, guys. People think it's a great movie. I don't know. I think it's okay, but the whole thing and the accents and Frank Lopez. I don't think any of those guys are Latin. He's like, hey, Tony, I never did nothing. You know what a hassa is, Frank? It's a pig who don't fly straight. He's like, Tony, I can't tell what you're saying. Your accent is so inconsistent and patchy. It's like, what, Frank? Don't Manolo, shoot this guy. Makes fun of my accent again. I'm a great actor. I won Academy Award for this. I got punched in the face in Godfather. Sorry guys. Getting a little loopy here on a Monday. 2 weeks in Miami for Russell Cade. God, you guys live a wonderful lifestyle. My audience is just in the lap of luxury. Not a lurker. Woohoo. Ian Boyd needs to be $10 by the end of the year. I think it's going to be $10 by the end of the year. I look at the borrowing. I mean, these guys have to cover, or the stock has to fall apart, or something has to give, in my opinion. But guys, it's 17 million shares traded today. I think some of that borrowing is coming back in from overnight, and they're like just aggregating some of that stuff off the dark pool. Otherwise, I don't see how this is possible. The stock price should be way down on that type of borrowing. I mean, that's like 40+% of the churn. Something's weird. Like, and they usually underestimate this. So I'm not getting it. And then they're telling me days to cover is coming down dramatically while they just borrow the shit out of the stock. I don't know. Ortex logged me out. But I guess they probably don't like me sharing the data. No, they do, because I love Ortex and I pay full price, and I highly, highly recommend it to everyone out there in YouTube land. But guys, there's not really much else I can tell you. It's a Monday. They're shorting the hell out of the stock for no reason, because that's really all they know how to do. And if it wasn't for the heavy, heavy borrowing, the stock would be running up today on days when other fintechs are getting slaughtered. Palantir's up, Upstart, down 3%, Affirm's down 5%. But remember, those stocks were up dramatically on Friday when SoFi was, again, stepped on, as it always is. Ian Boyd, Thatch, looking forward to seeing you on SoFi Weekly. Yeah, actually, it was late. I was making some stupid comments, and then they invited me on SoFi Weekly, but it was like the broadcast was already going. I'd already left for the day. But I love SoFi Weekly. I watch it every day. I usually rewatch it, and I steal most of my ideas and such. I don't know, CPI. I think it's gonna basically be slightly cooling, but the economy's still gonna be very, very strong. I think they're getting inflation down, but the economy's still hot. Jobs are still hot. What's up, Joy? Hybrid Duncan. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. How you doing, Hybrid Duncan? Yeah, the plastic. Yeah. Sup, Nutter Butter. How you doing, Air Force? Low volume because of all. Yeah, I mean, people are definitely afraid today, and like, if there's going to be good news, they'd rather buy the stock tomorrow once they know, rather than come in today and then get killed for 6-7% tomorrow. So you can see, the more cautious amongst us. Then again, it's a good, if it's bullish, the stock should move up. Yeah, Danny is the best. Joy Luna really knows what she's talking about. I don't know who this Danny is, but boy, he sounds fabulous. Oh boy. Hello and welcome and welcome and hello, Ian Kareem. Yo, what's up, Kareem? Hybrid Duncan. I love that brown tap water, Hybrid Duncan. It's good stuff. That's not actually the color. I was just drinking it out of a dirty coffee cup because I was trying to get back to you, Turds. I couldn't find anything. Alberto Pile Dancing in St. Thomas. What could go wrong? Institutional percentage, I think, is still around. All the reporting's not in. It's low 40s. That's my number. How long can they sustain it? As long as they want. They can keep shorting. They could keep borrowing. They could keep holding the stock down, but they're going to be losing money as long as other institutions are buying in, and they can't get retail to dump at the lows. They can't even get the stock to the lows. They can't get any consolidation, guys. I mean, guys, you tell me where this thing has consolidated at the lows. Last time was here. And look at this level, guys. Look where it consolidated. It's higher than it is now. It's at 832. No consolidation here. No consolidation here. No consolidation. No consolidation. No consolidation. That's how you know shorts are losing. They cannot get any capitulation, any consolidation, any satisfaction at the bottom. They're having to cover at the top. Bing, bang, boom. If I was a Vegas dealer, I'm out, folks. You're not going to tip me just because you lost all your money? Just going to send you home drunk? Your girlfriend, your girlfriend Beverly D'Angelo's over there having sex with Wayne Newton eating pasta? I just love to make a nice pot of pasta. That was a good cameo in Vegas Vacation by Wayne Newton. He's really funny. Anyway, not the strongest of the vacation films, but still worth binge watching if you can't sleep. G&G Polaroid, The Man in Poco Moss. Yeah, I'm always patient. I'm not worried about it. Kramer, I mean, Kramer knows what he's talking about to a certain degree, but I just don't think he gives a shit. He just says whatever he wants, and you know, did he go on a rant yet? No, I have not. I have not even ranted, guys. I've got to get off this live stream. I have a ton of work to do. And I've been working all day. Let's not forget about that. But I just wanted to jump on and just show you guys what's going on with this insane shorting. And it really has no rhyme or reason, but guys, that's just what they do with the stock. They just attack SoFi. The best they can do is get it to trade sideways. Nothing is working. And you know, they have a whole nother week to try to kill these options at 8. And really, to get anything done with the short, to get any of the puts to print, they have to push this thing down to 775. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think any retail is even selling here. I don't know why they would. Management's telling you what they're going to do. They always tell you what's going to happen, and they've been eerily accurate. They're just a little bit conservative. They always beat. And, you know, here come the shorts. Here come the shorts. Storming back in, guys. 17 million shares, extremely meager volume for what we've been seeing lately. Huge borrowing, and yet the stock's only down 1%, while all the other fintechs are getting slaughtered. So I don't know. SoFi trades weird based on, the short, based on the institutional activity around the stock, based on how, short long hedge funds have been using this thing as a piggy bank. But again, I think the time it already ran out. I think they're finally seeing it's running out, and they're just looking for an exit strategy, but there is not going to be a good one where they can drive the price way down and do what they want to do. I just think, Aunt Kathy is getting a few wines in her and buying all the dips, blabbering about disruption. Is like, disruption, machine learning, algorithm. Um, it is what it is, guys. Things change. Like, bears are in control for a long time, and then bulls become in control of a good stock for a bit. And I think we're seeing that flip. And I think the smart shorts, the smart bears, got out of the way down in the 5s. And I think these ones that are left are slow and stupid, and they're holding huge bags. Now they're pushing down for 8, guys, but I don't even think they're going to be able to get to 8. I think people have buy orders in, and I think they're going to buy this thing up. This is the closest they've come so far, is like 803. Just need some volume to push into the stock, and this thing's going to push green. I think it closes green today. I think, the shorts are going to eat their own. Anytime it goes down just a little bit, the fast ones are going to start to cover. And the slow ones, the aggressive ones, the stubborn ones, whatever you want to call them, are just going to be left there, holding the bag. You should at least have some stock with cash to puts, hedges, gambling, manager going. Hey, what's up, guys? I don't know. New people here. Brian, Sebastian, thanks for joining me. Ruben, Numbo, don't have time. Doofus, Rufus, what's up? Guys, trying to bring you Un Poco Moss. I got to get back to work. I hope you guys have a great Monday. SoFi stock is down a dime today, but it's just on massive borrowing. Nothing else. Actually, if you look inside the numbers, inside the volume, inside the short, this thing's as bullish as it gets. They just can't push it down. Why? Because they're weak sauce turds. They don't give you un poco mas. That's why you come here. Guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. I'm out.